I want to talk about 9/11.
Oh, no.
I thought we were friends.
So I was rewatching some of my friends recently.
It's just called Friends, Daniel.
No, I mean I was rewatching my friends. Chandler, Joey, Will, Grace, Jerry, Elaine, Kramer, George, Caroline, the city.
You were watching Friends and then the rest of the must-see TV lineup.
Yeah, it's summer in an odd year. What was I supposed to do?
What do you do in winter of even years? Rewatch all of Snick?
Yes.
And something, 9/11, yada, yada, yada. Great point, Daniel. Can we go now? Because I've got an excuse to come up with.
Okay, so Must See TV was NBC's comedy lineup that ran on Thursday nights from 1993 to 2006.
Who at this table do you think would not know what must-see TV is? Who are you saying this for?
It's where they tested out new shows and kept their powerhouses.
Yeah, your Mad About You's, your Seinfelds, your Friendses.
Yes. My friends. In the mid to late 90s and the early 2000s, Must See TV meant hanging out with your friends, all of which were in New York City.
It can't be all.
Seinfeld, Friends.
Just Shoot Me, Will and Grace.
Veronica's
Closet. Hey.
Mad About You, The Naked Truth, Fired Up, Stark Raving Mad, The Single Guy, all New York. Screw the rest of the country. The stuff you need to see, the people you must see, are all in New York.
Suddenly Susan took place in San Francisco.
But only for a year. It was reshuffled mid-season and eventually settled on a Monday time slot. Suddenly Susan was an outlier, like the short-lived Boston Common, a show that bet none of you even remember. Bet none of you could tell me what it was about. No one brave enough at this...
Oh, 20-something from Virginia delivers his sister to college, falls in love with a stranger, and then moves there to woo that stranger.
Yeah, that's called stalking. He moves in with his sexually active sister and tries to inspire her with his chase pursuit of the stranger with whom he is allegedly in love, as if to say, sure, sex is bad, but at least being creepy is just aces. Thanks for reading this, Michael.
Boston Common wasn't long for Thursday nights because Must See TV belonged to New York, the fast-paced, diverse, hipper-than-you mother capital of the world. At a certain point, they just started naming shows after locations in New York.
Battery Park and
Square
Union
Battery
Square.
Park.
Yes, both of those. Them. The city in Carolina, the city was...
New York City!
Yes, all of your friends were all hanging out in New York City, from Phoebe Buffay on Friends to a second character on Carolina, the city. They were all hanging out together. There's not workplace comedies, it's not family comedies. It was a bunch of friends hanging out, all of them together, but only in New York.
Only in New York!
That doesn't apply here.
Also, they're all friends with one another shows. Phoebe's twin sister is a waitress on Mad About You, and Paul Reiser shares an apartment building with Cosmo Kramer. There's even an episode of Friends where Caroline is in the city, and she's hit on by Joey and Chandler while they're taking care of their friend's baby, and she just thinks that they're a happy gay couple, and they are just so upset about that.
Ross was on...
Ooh, the single guy. See, Jonathan Silverman thinks that Ross is gay, and then the rest of the episode is mostly just jokes about that.
The point is, it's all the same New York, the same bubble. Even the outlier, Frasier, in Seattle. He's still just another intellectual coastal elitist.
All I got was some attitude and a cheap glass of wine. Loire Valley my ass.
He's in the same bubble as everyone else back in New York. And you must see them. You must look at them. And then, I forget, then what happened? 9/11. That year had an hour of Friends, followed by Will and Grace and Just Shoot Me. A bunch of wealthy, bored people hanging out in New York, living their lives. The year after 9/11, Must See TV debuted a show called Good Morning Miami.
Strange name for a show based in New York.
They also had one of the first single-camera sitcoms, Scrubs, about a doctor who escapes into wild, imaginative fantasies while he's working in a hospital in an undisclosed middle-of-America town. NBC was fleeing New York and fleeing reality.
Yeah, but the last couple of seasons of Friends kind of left reality too. I mean, they didn't even acknowledge 9/11. Wait, didn't we talk about this already?
In New York, during 9/11, and didn't mention it once.
Joey even left New York, and Joey...
Friends couldn't handle 9/11, so they retreated to the heartland and to a fantasy world. The shows that stayed in New York weren't about privileged, wealthy people just hanging out, enjoying their lives. It was about privileged, wealthy people who would get hired at a job so we can enjoy watching their mean boss enjoy firing them.
You're all fired.
Or they were liberal Hollywood elites giving grand speeches about how great New York is, only to get spat in the mouth by a complete stranger.
But Kenneth the Page is just an insulting caricature of a TV-guzzling country bumpkin. Self-rebuttal. He does turn out to be some sort of god.
Who said I've been alive forever?
Ooh, I hope that happens to me and my character. Wait, did we already talk about this?
If I've followed the events correctly, I think I might be some kind of magic.
A New York exodus was clear. The top billed show for years after 9/11 was My Name is Earl, a show about a simple guy in a small town doing good deeds.
Yeah, but they were all small towns. The Office in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Pawnee, Indiana for Parks and Recreation.
Greendale, Colorado in season 4 of
Community.
Community.
Okay, all right, later. We're gonna talk later.
It's you.
Everyone left their big American melting pot bubble for smaller, more comfortable bubbles. And they all went single cam. All of them. No laugh track. Maybe we weren't sure if we could laugh anymore.
Yeah, or perhaps more interesting, the single camera led us to a more voyeuristic look at the world. Mockumentaries, suddenly diving inside people's heads to see their fantasies. We didn't trust each other anymore. We were more paranoid.
Right! The friends were no longer friends from Friends anymore. They were just workplace comedies, people forced to work together in an office like The Office from, well, Parks and Recreation.
Right. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose who you work with. If it's a workplace show, then you're suddenly surrounded by a bunch of people that you might not agree with. You fight, you argue. But then, after many, many seasons, you start to get along, you learn to trust each other, learn to like each other, learn to love each other, you become a family.
So, what's your theory? Why did you bring this up?
You already said, because he loves us. Hey, I love you too, man. In a very deep, intense, scary way. In that way, I f***ing love you.
No theory. Just a thing. I noticed things. I'm a noticer. I know, for example, Must-See TV. The year it started, that was the last year of Wings.
Yeah, planes.
Yes, that's right, Michael. Planes.
Wait. Okay, planes. 9/11. That's... No, forget me. That's nothing.
Isn't it?
Okay, so Daniel, you're saying what? That Wings did 9/11?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything. I just had a thing. I know it's kind of half-baked, but note cards. I had a thing.
Okay, but Daniel, just to reiterate, your thing is just the theory that 9/11 changed everything.
Didn't it? I'm gonna start. Let's go around the horn and list things that 9/11 changed, and I think we'll be here for a very long time. New York.
Well, let me think of one.
Must-See TV.
Cadbury egg size. I blame 9/11.
Amount of money spent on war. Yeah.
What shampoo I can bring on a carry-on?
Green tea flavored Kit Kat bars. Most of mine are candy related, but we'll get through them.
That was hit the hardest, probably.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, thank you for watching that episode of After Hours. If you like, you can subscribe by just clicking the C in the middle of your screen, or you can click on more videos in the tombstones over here on the right. We call them tombstones in the biz. Or you can also click on the bell that's down below, and that'll give you notifications anytime that there's a new video from us. A lot of time to burn still. I really went right through that.